Godzilla's most terrifying foes, a look at his deadliest enemies. An epic montage flashes across the screen, Godzilla roaring, cities crumbling, fiery explosions, and monstrous silhouettes looming in the smoke. Hey there, kaiju fans! Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the world of giant monsters and epic battles. Today, we're shining the spotlight on the one and only king of the monsters, Godzilla. Now, we've all marveled at Godzilla's sheer power and dominance, but ever wonder who could possibly challenge this colossal titan? Grab your snacks, get comfy, and let's journey through Godzilla's most terrifying foes. Alright, let's kick things off with a quick refresher. Godzilla first emerged from the depths way back in 1954, originally serving as a massive metaphor for nuclear destruction. Talk about making a statement. Over the years, he's evolved from a city-smashing villain to Earth's unlikely protector, still smashing cities, but, with good intentions. But what's a hero, or anti-hero, without some formidable foes? Today, we're diving into the rogues gallery of monsters that have pushed Godzilla to his limits. Let's get into it. The early adversaries. Anguirus. First up is Anguirus, Godzilla's very first opponent from Godzilla Raids Again in 1955. This guy's basically a giant, spiky armored ankylosaurus. Their battle was a game-changer, setting the stage for monster versus monster action. It was like the first round in what would become a legendary series of kaiju smackdowns. King Kong. And who could forget the iconic King Kong vs. Godzilla from 1962? That's right, East meets West in the ultimate monster crossover. This wasn't just a monster battle, it was a cultural phenomenon. Two legendary creatures from different worlds clashing on the big screen, it doesn't get more epic than that. Iconic foes of the Showa era. King Ghidorah. Now, let's talk about Godzilla's arch-nemesis, King Ghidorah. Debuting in Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, in 1964, this golden, three-headed dragon from space is the epitome of kaiju villainy. With those gravity beams and massive wings, Ghidorah is not just a monster, he's a force of nature. Their rivalry is legendary, spanning decades of epic confrontations. Mothra. Next on the list is Mothra, the gargantuan moth deity with a heart of gold, and wings of pure beauty. Mothra has been both foe and ally to Godzilla. Their relationship is complicated, to say the least. It's like that frenemy we all have, sometimes you're fighting, sometimes you're teaming up to save the world. Mechagodzilla. Then there's Mechagodzilla, introduced in 1974's Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. Imagine Godzilla but made of metal and equipped with every weapon imaginable. This robotic doppelganger was designed to take Godzilla down, and it nearly succeeded. It's the classic man-made machine versus nature's fury. Formidable enemies of the Heisei era. Biollante. Entering the Heisei era, things get interesting with Biollante, a creature born from a mix of Godzilla's cells, a rose, and human DNA. Talk about a wild science experiment. Biollante is a gigantic, monstrous plant with the ability to regenerate and unleash acidic sap. Their battle is one of the most unique and visually stunning in the franchise. Space Godzilla. Just when you think it can't get crazier, along comes Space Godzilla. Created when Godzilla's cells were sucked into a black hole, because why not? With telekinesis, energy projection, and those intimidating shoulder crystals, Space Godzilla is one of Godzilla's toughest opponents. It's like fighting an evil twin from outer space. Destoroyah. Now, brace yourselves for Destoroyah, the embodiment of destruction itself. Born from the same oxygen destroyer that killed the original Godzilla, this creature is a literal nightmare. Destoroyah can evolve, grow stronger, and has a micro-oxygen beam that can disintegrate almost anything. Their battle is one of the most emotional and pivotal moments in Godzilla history. Adversaries of the Millennium Era. Orga. Moving into the Millennium Era, we meet Orga, an alien monster with a serious case of Godzilla envy. Orga's goal is to absorb Godzilla's powers, and he's willing to go to great lengths to do it. Their fight is a mix of physical brute force and strategic mind games. Megaguirus. Then there's Megaguirus, the queen of the Meganula, giant, prehistoric dragonflies. Yep, you heard that right. With supersonic flight and energy-draining abilities, Megaguirus brings a new level of agility to the battlefield. It's a cat-and-mouse game, with Godzilla facing a lightning-fast opponent. Kiryu, Mechagodzilla 3. And let's not forget Kiryu, also known as Mechagodzilla 3. What's wild about Kiryu is that it's built around the skeleton of the original Godzilla from 1954. Equipped with cutting-edge weaponry like the Absolute Zero cannon, Kiryu is a fusion of past and present. Their battles delve into themes of memory, identity, and the soul within the machine. The monsters of the legendary monsterverse. MUTOs. Jumping to the legendary monsterverse, we have the MUTOs, or massive unidentified terrestrial organisms. Quite the mouthful. These parasitic creatures feed on radiation and pose a significant threat to humanity. Their emergence forces Godzilla to step in as the planet's balancekeeper, a guardian rather than a destroyer. King Ghidorah, Monsterverse version. King Ghidorah makes a fearsome comeback in Godzilla, King of the Monsters, 2019. This version is bigger, badder, and controls other titans. With regenerative abilities and the power to generate hurricanes, Ghidorah pushes Godzilla to his absolute limits. It's a clash of gods, with the fate of the world hanging in the balance. Mechagodzilla, Monsterverse version. In Godzilla vs. Kong, 2021, Mechagodzilla returns with a modern twist. Built by humans but controlled by Ghidorah's consciousness, mind blown. Seeing Godzilla and Kong team up against this mechanical menace is the stuff of dreams. It's the ultimate tag team battle that delivers on all fronts. Other noteworthy adversaries. Hedorah. Let's not forget Hedorah, the infamous smog monster from 1971's Godzilla vs. Hedorah. This creature is literally pollution come to life. Hedorah's ability to spew toxic gas, corrosive muck, and even fly makes him a unique and dangerous foe. Plus, the film carries a strong environmental message that's still relevant today. Gigan. Next up is Gigan, a cyborg monster with some seriously deadly features, hooked claws, a buzzsaw belly, and laser eyes. Introduced in Godzilla vs. Gigan, 1972, this alien monstrosity often teams up with other monsters to take down Godzilla. He's the epitome of, the more, the merrier, when it comes to villainy. Batra. And then there's Batra, the dark counterpart to Mothra from Godzilla vs. Mothra, 1992. Batra is Earth's protector but takes a more aggressive approach, willing to eliminate humanity to save the planet. The three-way battle adds layers of complexity and moral questions to the story. Analyzing Godzilla's greatest challenges. So, what makes an enemy truly formidable for Godzilla? Is it raw power, unique abilities, or perhaps a personal connection? King Ghidorah and Destoroyah often stand out as his most deadly foes. Ghidorah for his relentless power and rivalry, Destoroyah for the emotional and psychological impact. Sometimes, the toughest battles are fought not just with claws and atomic breath, but with what's at stake emotionally. Impact on the Godzilla franchise and pop culture. Godzilla's battles aren't just about monster mayhem, they reflect our own societal fears and issues. From nuclear anxiety to environmental concerns, each enemy symbolizes challenges we face. These epic confrontations have inspired countless other movies, influenced pop culture, and created a legacy that spans generations. Godzilla isn't just a monster, he's an icon. Well, that wraps up our monstrous tour of Godzilla's deadliest enemies. From ancient beasts to cosmic threats, we've seen how each foe has pushed the king of the monsters to new heights. Godzilla's legacy is a testament to the enduring appeal of a good story, where even the mightiest need to overcome incredible odds. And let's be real, who doesn't love a good monster mash? But I want to hear from you. Who's your favorite Godzilla enemy? Is there someone you think deserved more spotlight? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for joining me on this colossal adventure. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more kaiju content, and share it with your fellow monster enthusiasts. Stay tuned, because the world of Godzilla is ever expanding, and who knows what epic battles await us on the horizon.